We're going to make it look easy. We ain't going to need 3 rounds at all. I think we can get Brady out there in the first. If Bilal could tatch you up and put hands on you and TKO you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put you out. There ain't no beef with Brady. This is an individual. It's just not the toughest of the bunch when you talk about in the welterweight division. I'm already knowing, like, Brady is the type of person that you can bully. The daughter gave him a little heart.
I think so, yeah. It's that motivation that he needed.
Hey, man, that's one thing about that. Your daughter, your woman, your mama, none of that, bro, can help motivate you when you step out there. You know what I mean? It's either in you or it ain't, and it ain't in her. I promise you that. So even if he wants to pretend like he, I'm going to do this for baby girl and I'm going to do this for X, Y, Z, yet again, I'm going to pull that bitch out. You could have gave anybody in boxing, anybody, Conor Benn. So where y'all talking about y'all got this money from? This money came from the backs of UFC fighters. It's all fun and games until, you know what I'm saying, shit got to go down. With Sean Strickland, he loves the antic, he loves the noise, he loves the batter, you know what I'm saying? And we can all joke around, but once we get disrespectful, right, it's just like, okay, you know exactly what to say if you want that reaction. But I'm not going to be like, nigga, say it, nigga, say it, nigga, say it, and then, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. But if you do it off your strength and how you feel, okay, you telling me what time it is.
You said that Sean Strickland can't say the N-word. He's white, obviously. But then people are like, well, what about Mike Parry?
Me and Mike already talked about it. And he already explained to me why he don't say it no more. Right?
Wait. So, did he drop you? I don't mean to ask this
that's what he said. No.
Dude, these are crazy.
When you talk about he dropped me, no, this motherfucker hit me and I failed.
All right, so I'm joined once again by New Money, New Mansa, Joaquin Buckley, before his fight against Sean Brady at UFC 328 on May 9th. Welcome back, man. How you been?
Man, we've been good. It's been a minute, since the UFC didn't announce that Buck got a fight. But I think, the UFC, I don't know what I've done to get the UFC graces, but they gave me a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the people they could have gave me, I feel like stylistically, man, Brady is a fight for me. And it really gets me to be able to prove, the people that, even that Usman fight, where my weakness was, what we capable of doing against Brady, So again, stylistically, I feel like this is the best matchup that I can have right now.
Okay, so you're excited about the matchup because a lot of people kind of saying the opposite. They're like, this is a bad matchup for Buck. He just got Usman. What's Brady going to do to him? But from your perspective, you're excited, you're confident going into this fight.
Man, I'm more than confident, man. To be honest with you, man, with the things that Usman was able to do, I tell people, you know what I mean? Brady's unable to do that, right? Brady's not on the same level as a person like Usman, right? Brady has not fought the same competition as Usman. And for me to go 5 rounds with a person like that who's going to be I think a Hall of Famer, one day, I just really feel like, man, we're going to breeze past Brady. We're going to make it look easy. I really feel like, we ain't going to need 3 rounds at all. I think we can get Brady out there in the first, And it's been done before, right? And I'm going to just keep it 100 and I'm going to keep it real. If Bilal could tatch you up and put hands on you and TKO you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put you out. Right. And with that being said, I just feel like, man, Brady ain't really much of a competition for me. And I'm going to show it's, it's day and night, different.
You're going to show there's levels on the night.
100%.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of fans will be back on your side then after this fight on May 9th.
I mean, I don't care if they wasn't on my side.
It's all good either way, right?
We come to get that check, man. We come to get paid, like you said, $1 million man, right? This is what we've been working for a long time. And I feel like the Usman fight, it was that, right? And, I dropped the ball. But I think I'm getting a good, layup, from the UFC, man. Definitely getting this stylistic matchup against Brady. And I really get to show the world, how great I am. But then I also get to, level up, man, with my paycheck. So I need this fight. I need this fight right here.
Okay. Yeah. And then before we get into the fight, I want to know how it came together and all these things. But real quick, because you gave us some tidbits on Instagram before the fight was booked. So just for the fans who are wondering, 2 fights that you said you turned down before Brady, during this layoff that you had. Can you speak on that at all or give us any other details to it?
I already spoke about it, but we get more detail if anybody missed it. Yeah, I dropped the names too.
I think you said Protez, right?
I ain't never scared.
Yeah, you said
I ain't never
Protez.
scared. Yeah. So the first one, after I fought Usman, right? They reached out to me. I mean, shortly after, right? The Usman fight, for the Chicago bout, And they had brought me out there. They flown me out there, man, to kind of get the fans, excited about, whatever. And I went out there and just do a meet and greet. And before I knew it, right, Hunter hit me up and was like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. But he didn't say the name. I just assumed that it was Protez because he was on the card, right? But unfortunately, I just couldn't do it for X, Y, Z reasons. And Jeff Neal took that fight, right? And we seen what happened to Jeff Neal. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord, right? But I was like, hey, look, at the end of the day, and I told Hunter, I was like, I'll be ready for the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? But I never got a call back. And I remember I had went down to Texas to Fortis MMA, and I had told Safe, I was like, hey, I think they're going to give me Michael Morales next. They wanted to give me Protez, but I think they're going to give me Morales next. He's like, man, I think that's a good fight for you, but he a big boy. I was like, I don't give a fuck how big he is. I used to fight at 185, and I was dropping them niggas. I'll drop his ass too. So I'm talking. And then he said, hey, did you hear word from Hunter about Michael Morales? I said, no. He said, well, you're not getting that fight. I was like, what you mean? He said, they already kind of discussed Sean Brady getting that fight. And in my head, I was confused. I'm like, why would Sean Brady take that fight, right? You just became, what, number one? He was number one at the time, right? Mm-hmm. Number one contender, you know what I mean? And to fight all the way down to an undefeated prospect, right? When you could have just waited on your opportunity. And I would, if I was Brady on everything I love, if I was Brady, I was like, give him the buck. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do that. And, y'all seen what happened with that one. And then the flips got turned, and now I got Brady.
Okay.
So I feel sorry for Brady. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel sorry for Brady, man. Brady a fool. Brady a goddamn fool.
I got you. We'll talk about that too, because I have some thoughts about his new active schedule. Because homie was only fighting once a year before this, but you're saying that the Michael Morales fight was the second fight that kind of you expected, but
I expected. So I was getting ready. Getting ready, right? Okay. I was like, okay, I didn't take the Protez fight, but that second one, I was like, I'm gonna be ready because the shit that I had, it was over with. So with that took care of, I was training full time. So I was expecting Michael Morales, but they ain't give it to me,
Okay. So you really only turned down one fight, and it was because it was a quick turnaround after the Usman fight, but you haven't turned down two in this time off.
No.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Now, speaking about Brady, I'm very excited to speak about this fight, and I'm very excited to watch it because you guys have kind of been circling each other for years now. In my opinion, this all started when you replaced him against Vicente Luque with the staph infection. Right. And now you guys are back in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, right? You're back in New Jersey for this fight?
Yeah, we in Newark.
And you fought Vicente in New Jersey as well when you replaced Brady.
In Atlantic City, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy that all this stuff is kind of tying together. But this is a matchup where you guys have kind of had some beef for a few years now. What's your thoughts going into this fight? And I guess also, how did this fight come together?
Look, there ain't no beef with Brady, right? This is an individual that I truly believe that, it's just not the toughest of the bunch when you talk about in the welterweight division, right? Any fighter that's, because they get their feelings hurt, blocking individuals, you know what I'm saying? I'm already telling that you're not really about that. Even if you're a fighter, right? Even if you step into the octagon, even if you sign a bout agreement, right? I'm already knowing, Brady is the type of person that you can bully. And like I said before, we literally seen it before in his last two losses between Michael Morales and Bilal, So I can't call it beef. Beef is equal, exchange, and heat. And you know what I'm saying? I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Just dislike for each other, right?
I was gonna say you guys don't like each other. That's for sure, right?
No, it's no. I have no problem with Brady. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I just try to give him advice to wash his ass, man, so he don't catch no staph no more. Because I'll be damned if he catch staph in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And then got to pull out, right? So with that being said, it's just I have no personal vendetta against Brady. It's just I hate guys that want to play the tough guy online, right? But then when we meet face to face, like I said again, right, they don't ever show up, Because the story that he did say, on this little podcast or whatever, he talked about the moment that never happened. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's some bullshit, right? I want you to be honest about what what you're talking about, right? Be honest about what happened, what broke down, and what transpired. Ain't nobody gonna judge you for it, big fella. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't really want to talk, if you didn't really want to go back and forth, people would believe you, But for you to come out with some bullshit talking about, oh yeah, Buck didn't press me, didn't do this, X, Y, Z, I think that's some bullshit because everybody see with what I do, I follow up on every fighter. I don't give a fuck who it is, right? When Darren Till and Hamzat, right? Kevin Gastelum, JDM, shit. Man, the list goes on how many fighters I just really pulled up on and just had a conversation with Ian Gary, right? This is what I do. I have no problems with that, but it's always about to promote the fight, So me, I feel like you're going against my brand,
Okay. Well, I mean, shit, I think with you bringing it up, I feel like we got to play the clip because You know, he spoke a lot about it, and it's all the stuff you've been saying over the years. You know, I think that he on his end, he's upset with you because of the washing the ass comment, what you said about pulling up on him at the PI. Apparently, you said something like you'd beat his ass in the streets. I never heard about this, but that's what he's also saying. So
Yeah, that was on the little interview on Jaden interview. Yeah.
Oh, that was on his interview. What did you say exactly?
No, I just said if me and Brady was on the streets, I'd beat his ass and take everything he got. Quote for quote.
Okay, yeah, he's not happy about that. But let me play you the whole clip because I feel like you need to hear it, and we need to get your response about it. Okay.
Yeah, they're like a. Can you hear it? Betting advice and stuff like that. So we do our podcast through them.
Okay, I understand. Yes, of course I know about the podcast. I didn't know that that was the sort of umbrella front. I was waiting for an Uber. Some loud ass mother effer is coming out. It's Buckley. He looks over and says, "Sean Brady." Prior to this, he said something about me with my staph infection, not washing my ass. He was like, "Man, why you blocked me on Instagram?" We're about like here, and he's loud as shit, bro. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I don't like all this talking. We're talking for like 5 minutes. He's talking about selling fights. What's going on? Tell us about this story. What's going on here?
So before me and Buckley were ever slated to fight, he was like, he made some, like, I forget when it was. I guess it was when I was supposed to fight Jack Della Maddalena, and I pulled out because I had a staph infection. Yeah, I couldn't fight. He made some post about me, like saying I don't wash my ass, like just saying some shit. And he just talks too much. So I blocked him on Instagram. Like I can block whoever I want. It's my life. It's my Instagram. So I blocked him because I don't feel like hearing that shit. And then we seen each other. He was like, "Why you block me? Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, bro, I'll do all this social media back and forth shit. And at this time, I just got booked with Gilbert. I was like, we're not fighting each other. I was like, I have a fight. And we talked for like 5 minutes while my coach was standing behind me. We were waiting for our Uber because Joey was fighting and I was there doing like pre-camp testing shit. And so we literally talked for like 5 minutes. Like the PI has video footage of it. And he was like just trying to kind of be funny, and I was just like not really being funny. Like I just don't think he's a funny dude. I think he talks too much. But then he did an interview afterwards saying like he seen me, I didn't say anything. Like he almost felt like he was bullying me. So I'm like, first off, you ain't bullying me. No, I don't care who you are in this world. If you can beat me up, whatever, you're not just going to talk to me crazy or bully me. So he was just like, just bullshit and then just lying. They said like, if you see me on the streets, he would like run, like he would like punk me on the streets or some nut ass shit. Like, bro, I'm from Philly. Like, you're not just running up on me like I'm some bitch. So that's when like I finally, because before like I would never even respond to half the shit he would say because he just says shit that says shit. So now, like, all right, now we're fighting each other. Now I will address you. Like, brother, you didn't punk nobody. You weren't talking crazy when you see me in person. And now we get to fight, and now we get to settle it. So we will see in 7.5 weeks what the fuck is up.
Okay.
So, you know, you're loud.
Yeah. So
all these things. He could block you if he wants.
So hold on. I'm gonna say this, right? You know what I mean? With that whole little story time that he gave, right? You know, he pretty much explained my story, right? The only thing that he lied about is that we had a whole conversation for 5 minutes. What we talk about for 5 minutes?
Why he blocked you?
No, we didn't have a conversation up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything they said is what I said, right? Pretty much. The only thing that's added is that 5-minute conversation that he talked about, but that didn't happen. His coach spoke for him. And like I said, somebody in the background was like, Buck, stall him out. I'm like, bro, y'all got me bullying buddy right now. And he was like, bro, I'm ready to get up out of here. And he left.
Oh, so when I always was wondering.
He act like it was a whole conversation being set there. Like, no, we did not talk. What we talk about for 5 minutes.
So did he say anything to you?
He said this when I came up to him. So look, if I'm going to start it from the beginning, right? We already talked about it before. All right.
We did, yeah. And that's what he's speaking on too, is our conversation from the past.
Sean Brady, funny enough. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I did run into Sean Brady too. Funny ass. Sean Brady was literally like a kid, bro. Like he was like, bro, stop bullying me. Like I was like, bro, unblock me off of you because we met each other at the PI. So before I seen Sean Brady, I seen Joe Pfeiffer, you know, and I talked to Joe. You know, I was like, where your boy at? Where's Sean at? He's like, man, he out there, man. He out there in the by the front desk. I said, bet. So I popped up on him. And I seen Sean Brady. He's literally looking down and shit. And this is the funny part, right? He had like a bandage on his eye, like Nelly. So you know, I ended up joking. I'm like, okay, bro, you repping STL, huh? But it looked like he had staph,
Oh,
right, like right underneath his eye. I'm like, boy, you gotta clear that shit up. So he getting upset. He getting mad and shit like that. He was like, man, why you always fuck with me and shit? I'm just like, man, as fighters, is what we do. This is, you know, at the end of the day, I'll be looking for a fight. You know, if you're a fighter, then let's get down. He's like, but at the end of the day, man, that's just not how I get down. You know, if we gonna run it, we just gonna run it. You know, but I don't like all that shit talking back and forth. I'm like, come on, man. This is how we promote, man. This is how we eat. So we literally going back and forth and all this other shit. And somebody literally in the background, I can't remember his name, but I think he's a fighter in the UFC as well. But he was like, Buck, man, just leave him alone. I was like, damn, bro, they really trying to make me a bully out here. But yeah, Sean literally didn't want no issues with me whatsoever. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, I felt like I was like literally back in high school fucking with some kid, bro, in the cafeteria. Sad. So when we spoke, I seen Joe Viper first, right? I said, Joe, man, where your boy at? Because they was talking shit on their little pod, you know what I'm saying, about, right? So I said, Joe, where your boy at, right? Oh, he at the front desk? I said, all right, bet. Went to the front desk. I saw my man. I was like, what up, Brady? You know what I'm saying? And he seen me, and he looked irritated, right? He looked angry. But I seen he had that bandage, like he said before, right? And I was like, okay, I see you repping that STL. Nigga got that Nelly bandage on. But then I look a little close. I said, nigga got stabbed. I said, bro, come on, man. You got to watch that up. Because I ain't going to lie to you. That's crazy. Just back to back, just always having stab. And I know it's a regular thing, man, that we getting when we wrestling and doing other shit. But like literally, bro, like you really gotta take care of it.
There's something in the gym.
But regardless though, right? Once we got done, me saying that, right? I said, bro, why you got me blocked on Instagram, right? Oh man, I'm really not into stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into that. I said, man, look, we gotta promote the fight. How we gotta promote it, man? Just in case we want to fight, bro, we gotta get people invested in it. Literally, he don't say nothing. His coach taking it. Hey, bro, I promise you, like he's serious. He don't get into things like that. He don't take nothing personal or anything of that nature. He just focuses on us. Like I'm like, bro, why you talking up for this man, right? And yet again, it's a short interaction. This is not longer than what he trying to make it, right? Like I said, buddy in the background, and I'm mad that he didn't say that shit. Buddy in the back, hey, stall him out. I said, y'all got me bullying this dude, and my girl Sarah, who works at the front desk, was laughing the whole time, bugging him. Right? He say I'm not a funny guy, but the motherfuckers in that bitch giggling. You hear me? But the thing is, though, I don't even care about that part. Like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about new story. Let's talk about new story.
What's the new story?
Joe Pfeiffer, right? Has the biggest fight of his life against Israel Adesanya. Ends up beating him, right? What is it, second round?
Second round knockout. TKO.
Second round knockout, man. You know, goes out there and tells the world that he was dealing with a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And was thinking about, you know, committing. And but you know, he found God, right? Blessings be the King. And
Amen.
you know, and the reason why I bring that up is because what was your closest brother? What was your closest friend? What was your teammate, right? To share that experience with you, right? To share your biggest moment on that stage, right? For you to get your hand raised, who you train with every day. I feel like didn't show up for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Maybe he's training for you. That's what I would say.
He still could have got some training in and supported his brother.
I mean, you were there.
I was there.
You were there, and you got the same fight coming
there.
up.
I was there to see Brady.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're trying to pull up on Brady.
But regardless, though, I find that kind of a little funny, right? Like you think somebody that's that close to you that you call a brother, right? That you would show up for him on his biggest moment. You know what I mean? And now I can see why Joe Pfeiffer did what he did and said what he said. It don't seem like he got a lot of close ones around him to really kind of speak life into him. You know what I'm saying? That he's just a training partner to them, right? You just being used in the gym. That's just how I see it, right? Because at the end of the day, I can't tell with any one of my brothers that I train with, I don't give a fuck if I do got a fight coming up. I'm popping out for yours. You know? We supporting each other. We a family. Brady ain't got that same type of love for, because I bet you Joe Pfeiffer gonna be at that fight. I bet you he will be supporting Brady. But Brady didn't have the same heart and the same love for him. And I bet you if he knew that I wasn't gonna be out there, he would have been out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. He caught wind that you were going out there, so he avoided the issue.
Confrontation.
So to speak. Yeah,
Come
confrontation.
on now. All right, baby. I love you, man. Safe travel. All right.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me about Brady, just because, you know, Brady, he's a bit like, to me, he seems very like picky with fighting. Like everything has to be going perfect for him. If things don't go perfect, then like it really gets in his head and it starts to downward spiral.
Jacob,
you know, he's gonna pull out of a fight.
Jacob, it's okay to say. Remember what his name is?
Sean Brady?
No. Big back bitch Brady.
Oh.
Big back bitch Brady, man. Y'all think I be playing. He's soft, right? Like you said, he wants to select. So let's say, okay, if that's the case, why he picked this fight? He didn't want this fight.
Well, I was gonna ask you that. Did you think that he wanted to take this fight against you, or that he even wanted it against you in the first place?
Nah, he didn't want this fight against me. But I know my boy Dean Thomas, good people. He had to talk his boy into taking this fight, you know? Because this is the matchup that the UFC wanted, and usually UFC get what they want, right? No matter what. And I really feel like he didn't have no options because he was talking to, remember, he was crying about it as soon as he lost to Morales. See, look, it's not me. I'm saying what he's saying. He said right after Michael Morales fight, what he was gonna do? Move down what? 155. If the UFC didn't give me a stylistic matchup that was my fit, what he was gonna do?
55.
Move down to 155, right? You can't challenge the UFC like that. You know what I'm saying? And get a demands. Oh, you better give me the fight that I want. I'm gonna do some bullshit, right? Like cut off a leg just to make a weight class. You know?
Right.
It's all being seen. It's all being shown that the boy just ain't got no heart. You know? But like I said, I don't want to make it too much about Sean Brady because I really ain't got no personal issues with him. I really just know that this is my opportunity to make my name. You know,
Okay.
This is my chance to kind of blow up and put myself in a position where, yet again, man, I'm trying to be the America's best, right? I see a lot of fighters within my roster, right? That's doing big things. That's got big numbers and all these other shit like that. But they don't fight like I fight, you know. And I feel like, why don't I get that same love? Why don't I be put in that same position? It's because, yet again, I didn't show up when I needed to. I'm definitely going to show up when it comes May 9th.
Okay. And I know you almost want to get off Brady now because you just kind of said it, but I just got to get like maybe one or two off about this topic, because you did mention it too, you know, how he pulls out of fights and stuff. Now you guys got a long training camp for this one. So I'm just wondering, like, do you have any worries or reservations about him showing up to the fight, considering, you know, it's been like a 2-month camp?
What they got to do with me if he pull out?
Well, even like, are you mentally preparing yourself for another opponent to be, you know, stepping in potentially, or you're focused on Brady?
No. We prepare ourselves for the best buck, right?
Okay.
The best version of me is always going to be a problem for anybody on this globe, you know. So with that being said, that's just his habit, but that's not going to affect me in my career. That's going to affect him, right? If he pulls out maybe a fourth fight, this will be the fourth fight maybe, or the third fight that he pulls out of, because he pulled out the JDM fight and the Vicente Luque fight. Yeah, so that'd be 3 fights that you pulled out for whatever reasons, right? That ain't got no effects on me. That's on him.
Got you. And I was gonna say about him, I don't actually think he's gonna pull out, because he's been way more active like as of late than he's ever been. And I'm not trying to make this about kids, so don't get it twisted. But I think that like you know, the matchup is safe, so to speak, because I think he's more active and less picky these days because he has a daughter now. Versus before he had a kid, he was like not as active and he was pulling out a lot. Because speaking about this, he fought Michael Morales with an injury, and he's kind of blaming the loss on that. You know, he says that fight week came about, he almost didn't get cleared for his medicals. He had bursa on his knee, but he still stepped in and fought. But I almost think that like if Brady, like a year and a half ago before he had a daughter, I almost think he would have pulled out, because again, you know, I think he likes to fight under the perfect circumstances.
So you thinking the daughter gave him a little heart?
I think so. Yeah, it's that motivation that he needed. Yeah, I think so.
Hey man, that's one thing about that. Your daughter, your woman, your mama, none of that, bro, can help motivate you when you step out there. You know what I mean? It's either in you or it ain't, and it ain't in her. I promise you that. So even if he wants to pretend like he, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do this for baby girl and I'm gonna do this for XYZ, yet again, I'm gonna pull that bitch out. I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay, I got you. All right, and last thing I got about Brady is on that podcast where he spoke about you guys beefing too and the things you said in the past, he also said, and you said it too, so you guys are both claiming you're going to sub each other. Is this like some trolling on your behalf or what? Because he said that too. You know, he thinks he's going to sub you.
I never been sub before. First off, let's talk about that. You know, I done fought plenty of black belts. You know, plenty of high level grapplers, and just never been submitted, right? But I feel like in this matchup, you know, is it something that I'm going for? No, but at the same time, it's definitely a potential and probability that I could, just depending on how the fight goes, right? And what he's willing to give to me. And I'm willing to take whatever he gives me, right, to finish this fight. So yeah, I mean, go ahead, put your money down on a good buck submission coming up.
Okay. And what's the walkout song gonna be? I got a suggestion.
Don't know yet. I don't know yet.
You ever think about walking out to? I think it's called. Somebody suggested it, so I don't know the song. But you ever think about walking out to "I'm Number One" by Nelly or something like that?
Nah, hell nah, nigga. I am number one. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Not that one. I never heard it, so I don't know.
Good song though. Shout out to Nelly though.
Yeah. Okay, and then I was going to say, okay, yeah, with the training camp to get off the Brady thing. With training, a lot of people want to know because you know you went live the other day, and I think you're trolling, but you're like, I ain't been doing nothing but eating, sleeping, and fucking. So please tell me, you know, that shit not true. You're putting in work for this fight. You're taking Brady seriously.
Where we at? Where we at right now?
We're at the STL Boxing Academy.
We stay in the gym. We stay in the gym. But no, it ain't trolling. It ain't trolling. Okay. I worked so hard in that Usman fight, brother. The world can tell me I wasn't the most prepared for that fight, right? When I fought Usman. And I'm talking about conditioning wise, you know what I'm saying? And I realized I was too focused on being in shape, if that makes sense, right? And doing certain things, I feel like, you know, yes, it allowed me to go 5 rounds, right? But I was working too hard. I was working absolutely too hard. And, you know, and it still didn't go the way I wanted to. So now I'm just going to work, right? And I'm going to work at a gradual scale. And I know that my skill sets and I know that what I do on an everyday basis is enough. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to do nothing extra for Brady. You know what I'm saying? He got to do the extra shit because he got to fight a nigga like me, right? To survive. I don't have to do that. So I'm not finna stress myself over somebody that I know that stylistically, bro, I can beat in my sleep while I'm eating and fucking.
Okay, so you are training, but it's a bit of a less is more approach, and you might still be having some fun outside of training.
Yeah, we in Miami. We in Miami next week.
Okay.
We in Miami next week, right? And I tell people, I'm not gonna put the pressure on me. The expectation is for me is just to show up. Do you understand? For me to show up and just go out there and give a performance that the fans want to see, that I did my job, right? Do I want to get my hand raised? Hell yeah. Do I want to knock Brady out? Hell yeah. But as long as I go out there and perform and entertain and do my best, I'm always gonna win, brother. Always.
Okay. Got you. And did you know that this fight was gonna get booked when it got like announced and all that stuff, or did that come by surprise?
Say again.
Because you were in I think you were in Houston when the fight got announced. Did you know it was gonna be getting announced?
Nah, they always do that shit. I don't know why.
Crazy.
Yeah, they be surprising us. I was getting calls like, "Hey, congratulations!" I'm like, "Congratulations on what?"
Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, "Damn, I missed the opportunity." I thought you knew ahead of time, and that's why you wanted to do the live stream from the event because you knew your fight was gonna get announced.
No, I don't want to do the live.
Me. Okay, got
you.
All right, and it went from 5 rounds to 3 rounds, right? It was supposed to be a main event at the Apex, and it went down to 3. So just a couple questions. The first one I have is, does that mean you're getting less money for this fight? Because I heard that you get paid more for 5 rounds just off base merit.
You do base. Like you get like 25 or something. You get like
a 25 boost or something. So you just miss out on that, but it's the same contractually.
Yeah, always is. It's not that you can't ask for more, but yeah, it's always the same. It don't matter where you fight. Okay. Whatever you signed your contract for, that's the amount of money that you get.
Got you. And you didn't care to renegotiate before this fight?
It didn't make. They give me a stylistic matchup. I ain't got to renegotiate.
You're happy with it. Got
Let me go ahead and get this money, and then plus, let me honor my contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? Let me honor my contract, and then when it's time to renegotiate, then we renegotiate. I run them numbers up.
Okay. And then from 5 rounds to 3 rounds, what was your thoughts about that? Like initially getting 5 rounds and then getting moved down to 3. You like that, dislike it, benefit you, benefit Brady?
This is what I'm gonna say. Right. Because I don't know for a fact. But I think Brady won 3 rounds. Right. I think we could have stayed at the apex, right? And it could have remained a main event, and it could remain a 5 rounder. But I don't think he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? The faster he can get over with the fight, that's what he gonna do, right? He
He
feel like
spoke about it. He said that he's happy he doesn't have to put in all that extra work for the extra 2 rounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So he already put it out there in
He did.
the universe. All right,
Yeah.
perfect. He won 3 rounds. This makes it worse for him because it's like the Kobe fight, right? I was gonna do the same thing just like in the Kobe fight. I was gonna take my time with it. I wasn't gonna break him down too fast. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna rush him and get him out of there. But now it's a sprint. Now it's a sprint. Now I gotta come and get you. You know what I'm saying? Heavy on that boxing, heavy on them legs. You know what I'm saying? Heavy on that body. Like now you only giving me 3 rounds to work. I ain't got much time. 15 minutes. Oh yeah, I gotta come after you now. You know.
Okay.
So at first a marathon. You know, at first it was a marathon. Now it's a sprint.
Yeah. It's almost going to look like the Alex Morano fight where you came out just like blast
Had to
double right
go.
off the bat.
Had to go.
Yeah.
Had to go.
Okay, for sure. Now, a couple other side topics I got for you is I think you're going to have some thoughts on this one. Obviously, the last time, we spoke about the boxing and Dana very adamant, you guys not boxing. You gave your response. But the other thing that's kind of the big talking point is like Conor Benn getting 15 million. Apparently, it's rubbing a lot of UFC fighters the wrong way. I don't think I have to say much more than that. Do you got any thoughts about it? About
I mean, I got a lot of
I
got a lot of thoughts on it, right?
Yeah.
And I just keep it real. If you could have gave anybody in boxing, anybody, Joaquin Buckley, like if we really talking, right? I don't think the discussion would have been the same if it was a Usyk, right? I don't think the conversation would have been the same if it was a person like not even Canelo. I'm sorry. What's a good name I've been thinking about? He's young, molten, right?
Kermel Moten.
Right?
Yeah, with Floyd.
Because we already know that potential level that he can be at. But you give it to a random ass dude who barely got a following himself and only got a following because he a junior, right? And that's because of his dad. He
Never
used to
won a
box
belt.
back in the day. Never, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
15 million for one fight. Not for 3 fights put together. You know what I'm saying? Was 5, 5, and 5. You talking about for one fight, 15 million. And then who is he gonna fight? So what you finna pay them? So it's a lot that we can talk about because at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, as much as they talk about Turk, Al-Sheikh ain't said nothing about no Conor Benn, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah. He hasn't really
promoted
said much.
that boy. So where y'all talking about y'all got this money from? This money came from the backs of UFC fighters. You humming, but that's where it came from. Zuffa boxing has been created from the UFC. And they took all the profit that they made and they created another promotion. I'm not mad at it. That's their business. They do whatever they want with their money, right? But don't lie about it once we find out.
You don't buy it when they say, oh, that's Turkey's money. That's Turkey's money.
Yeah, that's Turkey's money. No, because Turk ain't spending no 15 million on no Conor Benn.
Okay.
Even if he can wipe that money with his ass, he's not finna spend that on no. If anything, they gonna add that up, run that up, and be like, hey, bud, come back for one more. We got something for you. I just can't believe it. To me, I just can't believe it. And I don't take it personal. I don't take it as a thing that surprised about. We know this. We've been on this, right? If we feel some type of way about it, then be boisterous. Then speak up about it, right? But you ain't gonna have many guys that's willing to do that because they don't have the heart or they don't have the desires to actually aspire to be that guy to be the top dude to get paid that type of money. Because we not gonna act like the UFC ain't giving that money out to UFC fighters because who just got a big bag? Alex Pereira,
yeah.
8-fight contract deal. They claiming it's $10 million per fight.
10 million
right?
per fight.
10 million. I've been in the UFC longer than Alex Bird. Now, Alex Bird has been able to do tremendous things within his career, right? With the help of Izzy, right? With that help, with that push from the UFC, right? With skipping some steps. But still, I still got to give my flowers where the flowers is due. He's still putting in that work to go where he's at, right? But that just showed you the money out there to be made. You just gotta go get it.
Right. So if Conor Benn's worth 15 million, how much you think Conor McGregor's worth?
Way more than that.
Way more than that, right? So
Yeah.
in Conor's next fight, I mean, Conor's a bad example because I think Conor does.
Conor
get
ain't
his
never
value.
coming back because he make enough money.
Yeah, but okay, here's what I'm really trying to say is it's like Dana says you guys should be happy for Conor Benn because rising tides lifts all boats. So do you expect to see, UFC fighters getting this 15 million?
I don't know
More
what
than
kind of
15
right-wing
million.
conservative little guy that is, bro. That Dana try to flip on y'all. But if
You guys should be
believe
happy
that,
for him.
if y'all believe that's crazy. You know, all I'm saying is when I see the reflection, right, of what the UFC is able to pay, that's what I'm going at, right?
Yeah.
I
I
it
think
ain't
that's the
nothing
biggest thing.
It's
It
nothing
shows that they have
personal.
that money to pay.
They got it. They got
got
it.
it.
They been had it.
They
been
exposed
had
themselves.
it. You know?
Mhm.
But the thing is, though, I'm not worried about them paying every fighter like that because everybody don't deserve to get paid like this.
I agree with
Until
you.
fighters actually going out there, man, and really doing their job and really being a professional athlete and really going out there and making the best of our sport, then okay, then we can make the argument. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers is trash. I'm gonna keep it real.
I completely
In
agree.
the
I can't even
organization
disagree.
that we in is watered down.
Super
With
watered
motherfuckers
down.
that think they know how to fight, you know? So I can't be mad at the UFC. It's just my thing is fuck all that because look at the fights that I put on. When I'm gonna get my look, but I realize this is where that blessing coming from, right? I'm not stupid. I'm recognizing the UFC blessed me with Brady, not the other way around. People keep talking about stylistically, this is a bad matchup because of what Usman did to me. How the fuck can you take what Brady has done within his career and then compare that to a nigga like Usman? How?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. I've been telling people, I'm like, so wait, you guys think that like Brady just walks through Usman or something? Like, how the fuck is this math adding up to where like Usman beats Buck, so it's 100% guaranteed Brady's gonna beat Joaquin? Like, that makes no sense to me. But that's what a lot of people think. Because you lost to Usman, you're gonna lose to Brady. It's like, bro, it's not even a guarantee that Brady beats Usman. What are you talking about?
But this is where I'm gonna say this, right? RIP to my man Roger Mayweather. Roger Mayweather.
Rest in peace, Roger. Yeah.
They don't know shit about boxing. These motherfuckers don't know shit about fighting. People just don't know shit about fighting. All the videos that you watch, all the pay-per-views you paid for, you know what I'm saying? And they feel like, hey, I'm so invested. They think that everything that they watch, is a granted truth. But if you ain't actually been in there, if you haven't actually trained and been through the gyms and worked with all world-class fighters, then you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And then half the time, them motherfuckers don't know what they talking about. You know?
No,
You got to really have a concrete mind when it comes to like the skill sets of others, right? You can't just put everything into a striking box, a grappling box, let's say even the finishes, right? Like the setup and for every person that's in a particular style, in a particular discipline, and a particular ability that they might have is the reasons why they able to get whatever rewards from they finish, right? So if I'm explaining it with Sean Brady has never been a tremendous grappler, but the only guys that he has been able to take down are the people that suffered at stopping shots. The people that he's been able to submit, right? Had a hard time even getting off of their back because yet again, that's where they already naturally struggled at. That's just my personal opinion, But when you fight somebody and when you face somebody that's hard to get to the ground, right? That you're not able to use your tools against, right? Which is a Bilal, which is a Michael Morales, right? And in my eyes, and in my personal opinion, when you look at those two styles, right? Neither one of those guys are better grapplers than me. A lot of people like to argue, oh, Bilal is, but me and Bilal work. So I know personally he ain't no better grappler than me, right? But he stopped every single one of Sean Brady's shots, every single one of them. It's going to be a hard night for Brady, man.
Okay, I got you. And just to wrap up this conversation about the money thing with Conor Benn, I just want to say this. I mean, number one, I feel like the UFC fighters, in response to the Conor Benn signing, you guys got to start like maybe demanding more money in the negotiations, like shoot a bit higher. But it's also to say, like, to compare it, it's like Ilya should be making 30 million in his next fight. No, 25 million,
I
20
don't know
million.
about that. Look, you got to recognize a lot of these motherfuckers already making money outside, right? So let me explain this to you, right? These foreign motherfuckers are getting help. They getting sponsored, right? They getting taken care of. Ilya already got big motherfucking mansions, right? Nice motherfucking cars, arming, flying in PJs. You know what I'm saying? Alex Ferreira got the whole favela on lock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the only motherfuckers that's struggling is the American fighter. That's it. So I'm not concerned about the rest of them niggas because they getting their money, they getting their bread, right? I'm not concerned about them.
But even if it, like, let's make Ilya American. He should be getting like 20 to 25, right? More than Conor Benn is all I'm saying. I'm trying to get justice for the UFC fighters.
You want justice for them. I don't want justice for me.
You're like, shit. Okay, so you're a double champ, you know?
Because, like I said, ain't nobody working like me. To the degree that I'm working, how I'm promoting my fights. Yet again, I'm going to be out in Miami promoting my fight, my bout. Even if it's not about me talking about Sean Brady, I'm going to get people invested in watching me, right? I just want the UFC to do the same thing, to invest in me so I can start having my own shit here in St. Louis, you know? I haven't been able to do even 70%, 80% of the shit that I really want to do because I ain't got the funds. I ain't got the money. And they say, but don't make it about the money. Don't make it about the money. Nigga, then what is it about?
Bro, it's all about the money. We wouldn't do half the shit we do if it wasn't for the money.
You know?
But it's your passion at the same time. So I think that's the most important thing.
And that's what I love about it, right?
Yeah.
I was doing this shit for free for the longest time, right? So I've always expected that this sacrifice and that this commitment that I had to this game was going to eventually pay off. And it will, right? But I have to just also understand that if you don't say nothing, it's not going to happen for you, right? I'm not speaking for everybody because I don't believe everybody deserves it, to be honest with you.
I completely agree. It's a whole different conversation. But yeah, half these guys, they rely on the UFC to do shit for them. It's like you're doing all that stuff on your end and you saying, I'd like the UFC to kind of like pick up their slack. That's a whole nother conversation. A lot of guys in the UFC aren't even promoting themselves on their end. So it's like, how do you expect the UFC to pick up the slack for you? You're not even promoting your damn self. Right. But for you, that's why I call you $1 million fighter, because number one, you get knockouts, you know, super exciting. You don't put on boring performances. And then on top of that, you know, you promote yourself, you understand the game, not afraid to put things out in the open. The only thing we're missing is the UFC. I think that if you would have beat Usman, the UFC would have been like, you know, the whole machine would have been behind you. So maybe it's just a little bit delayed, but I think it's coming.
It is coming, right? It just wasn't my time.
You would have got the title shot if you beat Usman and all that shit, in my opinion.
Maybe. It's still debatable.
Yeah,
it's still debatable. But I would say this, though, right? And I'll end it on this. You know what I'm saying? It's not the promotion fault that I'm not getting what I'm feeling like I want.
Whose fault is it?
The fan base. The fan base, as big as we are here in America, right? And as many people and as many fights that we hold domestically, they will rather cheer somebody else's name from another place in another country than the one that's right at home with them.
Wild.
And that's why. We just gonna keep it real. That's the real reason.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the fighters. And also I would even add to that and say that the fighters also follow Dana White, like he's their cult leader, you know, and they repeat all of his rhetoric. Yeah, and instead of being supportive of you know, actual fighters, they're more supportive of Dana White than they are of the actual fighters.
Because anything that Dana say is true, is gold, right?
Yeah, they love it.
And we be knowing this bullshit. And as much as I respect Dana, I still want to hold him responsible for the things that he says and the things that he do, because it has great effects on us. You know what I mean? And truly, I do believe that Dana, he don't care about promoting the UFC no more. And we all know this, right? This ain't like, you know, he do what he do. He do what he needs to do, right? And he says what he needs to say in order for people to receive it, right? Because he is the face of the UFC, but he ain't passionate about it like he used to be. You know what I mean? He's not for the sport like he used to be. Because if he was, he wouldn't be on Power Slap so much. He wouldn't be on Zuffa boxing so much. He wouldn't be so excited about some bull, you know what I'm saying, hopping around and, you know, doing whatever, right? Like, he'd be trying to make sure that he makes the biggest fights at the biggest time, you know what I'm saying, for the world to see. And we ain't seen that in probably the last 8 years, 10 years. Yeah.
I got a random thought that it's almost like maybe ever since the UFC got bought, he's just trying to find his new like thing that he owns because he kind of works for, you know, WME and all these guys. So maybe it like took away his personal like project within the UFC. Like he doesn't see the personal gain anymore because it's owned by other people.
It
So maybe
is. He
that's why
said it
he's,
out
like,
his
not as
again.
focused.
He said it out his mouth, right?
Oh, he said
He
that?
said out his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? And you can catch me if I'm lying. But he said, you know, I'm gonna run this business how I want to run this business. This is Danny. But when I feel like it's time to get this game up, I'm gonna let the vultures have it. You know what I'm saying? And they can have the pickings, right? So sometimes I also say, right, you know, sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Because now we got a whole nother group of people that we don't even see that we work for. And we don't even know we work for them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the UFC still looks the same when they talk about the body, but the inside is completely different, right?
Well, they just cut off the Strickland post-fight interview and shit like that. That's never happened in the history.
Never.
Yeah.
But that was somebody's call. Whoever that was somebody's call. Like, yeah, turn that off real quick.
Right.
You know?
Our advertiser's not gonna like that shit.
Yeah, come on now. But because it's now we talking about $1 billion business, $1 trillion business, if anything, for real, for real.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
you hear about that guy Jaden Ivey by chance? He's like a basketball player or no?
Who's that?
He's a
You know,
black
I
guy.
watch no other sport.
I know.
besides
Somebody
the-
else brought this to my attention, but it's the same kind of story we're talking about. This guy Jaden Ivey, he plays basketball, and he spoke out because it's like LGBTQ plus week or something, or month. And so, you know, the NBA is very inclusive with all that. And then Jaden Ivey, he spoke out against it on Instagram, and then they cut him from the team.
Oh, they cut him.
They cut his ass.
So that's a strong community, boy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a strong community, boy.
But he was speaking out against it because he's like, it's not righteous, it's not holy. We're like a
Right,
Christian
right.
nation in America,
Yeah,
and we're over here kind of like promoting, you know, something that really shouldn't be like encouraged at the end of the day. You know, I'm not trying to be against it because I'm not against it. If it's your choice, it's your choice.
No,
But to encourage people against
look,
like,
I'm gonna say this,
production
right?
is
You
crazy.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy?
I'm not the Jay I used to be, but the old Jay is dead. I'm alive in Christ. You know, no matter what the basketball setting is, you know, I'm born again, the Holy Spirit, and I've been saved by Jesus Christ. No matter what, how many DMPs I don't get to play, or no matter how many points I score, those things are a temporary thing.
You keep your religion, you keep your relationship, and more likely your business, right? Out of your like career, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what Stephen A. Smith is saying.
You know, good.
He's like, it's fine that you said that, but don't be surprised that these guys are protecting their bottom dollar. And I get it too, you know, I get it.
Because it's their business, right?
Yeah. And you're
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you work for them people, right? Now, if you talking about, you know, whatever you teach at your home, and the things that you want your children to hear, and the things that you want your kids to abide by, or whatever that is, right? You control that dynamic, right? But when you at the workspace, bro, and they want to do certain stuff and they want to have certain flags, bro, you either find another job, right? Or you shut the fuck up and get to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Because you working under they rules. That makes sense?
No, I feel you, yeah. And you know,
Like,
now he shot himself in the foot because he don't got that platform anymore. You know, he like a free agent now.
yeah, I mean, but what you saying, like, is he even gonna get picked up though? I'm not saying he won't.
That's what they're worrying about now. That's the conversation. Is like, hopefully people see it as a mistake and the whole league doesn't band together.
But it's the crazy part. You can't say it's a mistake, but you can't even say it's a mistake because that's what you meant and that's what you feel. And I'm not mad at you for feeling that way, right?
Yeah.
But some things you don't have to discuss, right? Like your belief is your belief. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they trying to force you to wear some shit, now that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Which they might be. I don't know if they make you put a little rainbow on there.
That's a whole different story. You know, you better stand up as a man. But yeah, I wouldn't even bring it up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even bring it up.
I got you. And just to speak on Sean Strickland, I think, you know, from our last interview, this is the most viral thing. So I feel like we got to touch on it. To be honest, wait, can I just tell you this one? I was all in my feels because my competitive feels, so to speak.
Are you using your PPs?
After we fucking went viral with Sean Strickland, I'm scrolling on my YouTube and then I see fucking Overdogs, Mike Parry, like Sean Strickland in the thumbnail. I'm like, no, my viral fucking topic stolen.
No, I mean that's reclip.
It's a reclip, of course.
Okay.
But
so
no,
they still gotta get credit. They still gotta get credit. Yeah,
they do. But what I'm saying, while I was in my feels, I was like, I wanted the exclusive first kind of response from Joaquin.
Oh, you talking about when I was on the
yeah, but it's all good because this worked out better too because it's like now we get to react to Sean Brady and all this other stuff. So I think it's good that we waited a little bit.
So all right, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right?
Yeah.
Because I gotta remember it's all about even this fight game, right? Because we keep it short and sweet, you know.
Well, give a little context, or let me give the context real quick. Sean Strickland, you called him out for saying the N-word in front of Rampage Jackson, and then Rampage didn't say shit about it. So you basically said, do that type of thing in front of me. You're only choosing to do it in front of people who don't want to say anything about it. Kind of punking us. And then Strickland said, you know, I'll say it in front of you. I never lost a race bait war or something like that. Like all these crazy things.
Some stupid ass shit.
You know, UFC fighters saying the N-word and they're white. You know, Sean Strickland, no, just genuinely though, right? Genuinely, like Sean Strickland, he did it in front of Rampage. You did leave a comment and you said like, you know, because just to give people the context, Rampage didn't call him out for it, right? And then I think he essentially said like anyone can say it.
Can you?
But there's not
Let me say,
ancestrally.
Nina. Let me say, you get the nigga pass.
Sure. Rampage. What? Anybody got the nigga pass?
No, but like Nina.
Well, yeah, you just met.
Nina's married. No. Nina's married to a black man.
You married to a black man?
He's black and Mexican. We've been
He's
together
a
15 years. We're not.
He's a
we're not- we've been together 15 years.
And then so you responded, you commented, and you said, Sean Strickland, you're not slick. I know what you're trying to do, but chill out because the real N-words got to stand on business at UFC.
So I mean, at the end of the day, as grown men, you can say whatever you want to, right? But I believe that the reason why they say it is because they feel as if there isn't going to be no repercussions that's going to happen, right? There's no consequences to their actions, right? And at the end of the day, when we're at a fight promotion that is exclusive to, you know, being open to say what you want, right? The freedom of speech and all this other stuff like that, like the UFC is not going to take action, you know, except for when certain guys talk about certain people, you know. And with that being said, you know, for myself, it's just like you can do it in the comfort on the camera or online, but do it to my face, right? But you're not going to get me to act out of character, you know, but we're gonna break this down a little bit more on why you feel so expressive to use that word, right? When at the end of the day, this has not been something that you had to deal with when you get pulled over by the police, right? Or when you've been treated as if you're a second class, you know what I mean? Or as if actually you're not a human being. Forget second class, treat it as if you're not even a human being. And a lot of people don't realize, like, even when we say the word, right, we just expressing as unity together, right? because of the things that we had to go through throughout time. But you know, this ain't no crybaby, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, Sean Strickland used it, ooh, so I'm gonna cry about it. But no, but my thing is the real question, like, why are you so comfortable with using the word, right? And then why do you only use it, you know what I mean, around certain people? Because you feel like you can get away with it with them, right? So it's not that you bold enough to say it around whoever. I don't believe that, you know? And it's just the God honest truth is that a lot of guys only use that word when they feel comfortable around certain spaces. And that's the true reason.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. We get to see each other at that press conference. And he
Yeah,
can say it right there.
he's
He can say it
headlining the
right there.
card.
He can say it right there on that mic. Right. He can say it loud and proud if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people just fail to realize, you know, it's all fun and games until, you know what I'm saying, shit got to go down, right? And I feel like with Sean Strickland, I feel like, you know, with him, he loves the antic, he loves the noise, he loves the batter, you know what I'm saying? And we can all joke around, but once we get disrespectful, right, it's just like, okay. I'm going to leave it at that right there, bro.
Leave it at that?
Because they want that type of reaction out of me.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But no. And it's fine. You know exactly what to say if you want that reaction, right? But I'm not going to be like, nigga, say it. And then, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm
You're
not going to
trying to get this whole thing
I'm not
going.
going to provoke you to do that. But if you do it off your strength and how you feel, okay, you telling me what time it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. There's this weird thing going on right now in 2026 where like you know that streamer fucking Clavicular, he was just on there with Arman Surkian.
I don't know of him, no.
He was like rapping Blueface's song in front of him. And then he's dropping the N-word in the lyrics and he speaks to Rampage and Rampage says something like, I went on a mega yacht. And then this dude's like, you went on an N-word yacht? And he's this white ass dude. And it's like, there's this new term that's been derived. It's called wang half. White ass N-words going hard as fuck. It's like this whole new like trend going on this year. So I don't even understand it.
I don't know if it's new, man. That shit been going around for the longest time. People feel comfortable to use it around people they feel comfortable around.
They don't want you guys to be upset about it anymore.
It's not. No. Yeah, you still miss what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
People gonna say it around people that they comfortable around. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's take a perfect example. We're gonna be in Newark. I'm gonna be where the people be at in Brunswick. I'm gonna do all that shit, right?
It's primarily like black population out there, right?
And like I said, you can be as tough as you want to be, you know what I'm saying? When you got security, we got the mics, we feel safe and all this other shit. But just be outside.
No
and
camera.
do the same shit. I'm just after saying, yeah, with no camera, none of your buddies, just you, and you act the same way.
Okay.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you would, right? But yet again, and I'm not gonna say nothing about Rampage. Rampage making his money doing what he doing, right? And he not gonna, crash out because he's still gonna get these checks. But my thing is, it's just like when you run into the right person, and you do that, don't be surprised.
Got you. Okay, we'll leave that alone. But it's crazy that now Sean Strickland's the fucking main event and you're on that card too. So something might pop up. I don't know.
Like I said, he know what to say. What's up, bro?
Okay, now maybe let me see. Oh, wait, real quick. I just want to ask you this one because I see it on my questions. Sean Brady saying he's from Philly. Like, what do you think about that? Because I know you guys are both kind of from hoods, and he's like, I'm from Philly. You're not gonna bully me.
He's from Philly. He's from Philly. It's small holes in Philly.
You from STL.
There's some business in that too.
Yeah. So what do you think it means that he says he's from Philly? You from STL? Does it even matter or what?
Yeah, it don't. Funny enough, shout out to my man JYD. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where you from, for real. It's about who you is, right? And at the end of the day, I don't know what part. I don't know much about Philly, right? To be honest with you. Besides my boy, Joe Frazier from being out there. But at the same time, I just know that Brady, just personality-wise, right? Don't show me that he came from a hard background, came from hardship. Don't really see him but I don't know much about his story, to be honest with you, but don't seem like a person that then went through adversity through life, Don't seem like really like difficulties that he had to, overcome, right? Because my thing is, if you have, that would embody in your fighting style. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
When you talk about going to Newark, right, and how rough Newark is, you know what I'm saying, in certain parts, right, and being in Brunswick and just how hard it is as a lifestyle, right, to make it out. One of my favorite fighters is from there, Marvin Hagler, right, and I always was wondering, like, damn, why Marvin Hagler fight like that? And I went to Newark, and I said, okay, this is why. You know what I'm saying? This is a very aggressive, very treacherous, you know what I'm saying, and very just about it, you know what I'm saying, city, you know? I can just tell. And with that, was talking about Sean Brady, he don't seem like he come from there. He seemed like he come from a place where I'd be calling him the Brady Bunch. I call him Brady Bunch for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen that show?
I seen that show, yeah.
That's
A bunch of people in the
that's
family.
the neighborhood. That's the neighborhood he come from. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the people that he used to, right?
I got you.
And like I said, for me, it's not about hood. It's not about, being gangster. It's not about none of that. But it's just like literally, I feel like myself, it's like my style and my fight style comes from how I was raised, bro. And my upbringing. And some of the guys that's in mixed martial arts didn't have a rough upbringing. They didn't have okay, put it like this. The only way I can make real money, bro, is by doing this.
There was no
if I
other
want to
option
have a
for you.
successful life, if I wanted to get my name out there, if I wanted to be somebody special, I had to do this. Sean Brady could have been anything else in the world. He decided to do this.
You almost saying he had the money to play like baseball and football and these other sports and shit like that?
I believe.
Yeah.
But he wanted to prove something to his mama. I ain't no bitch, mom. I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? So watch me step out into this octagon and prove to you that I'm the world's best, right? But yet again, if it's in you, it's in you, But when you fight somebody that's truly, desiring more for themselves and want nothing for the best, not just for themselves, but for their family and to change the outcome of everybody that's around them, nigga, we hit a little bit harder.
Yeah. That actually brings up a good point because I think there's two people in the fight game. There's people who are in it selfishly to prove how tough they are. And then there's people who are kind of like you say, it's in them. And this is just who they are, that, they'd be doing this, whether they made money or not, it's in you. And I think that this matchup is kind of like that. You got you who it's in, and what you just said, I'll take the words from you. You believe that Sean Brady's this guy who kind of, he more on a mission to prove to himself, or maybe his mom, how tough he is, so to speak. And for you, this just who you are. It's in you. You'd be doing this, whether you made money from it or not. And yeah, I think it's a reflection of also where you grew up. You know what I mean?
100%. Yep. And that's why this sport still got a long way to go, brother. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we can get on that topic later.
We got to filter out all the guys trying to prove stuff to themselves and just get all the fighters in here already.
100%.
Does it annoy you, though, when Brady says, because he keeps saying this one thing, and I don't know, I'm not the best. I kind of am reactory, however you say it. I react to shit, instead of respond. But, he keeps saying, Joaquin's loud. This dude's loud. Like, does that bother you? I feel like he's trying to, send shots your way with that.
Yeah, say what you want to say, but no, I'm a loud. No, I'm a loud nigga. I'm loud when I'm in it. Motherfuckers be knowing I'm coming.
You already know it,
I get there. But it's because I can just move how I want to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I might not make the money like I feel like I deserve, but I definitely show up in my own space when I'm there in the UFC. And that's one thing I feel like about the staff and about, just anybody that worked there. They know when Buck come around, you know what I'm saying? It's always either going to be a good time or just going to be about him. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, I'm never doing anything out of character, right? I'm never causing no issues. I'm never causing no problems. Like I said, we in the best business. If we got an issue, bro, we can just fight about it, right? But when you got guys like Hams out, when you got guys like Armin, when you got guys who they just kicked out not that long ago, Makayev, right, that want to fight, in the locker room and do all the extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's cute. But I promise you, if anybody really want to get down outside, bro, I'm not going home. They not going home.
I got you.
Because I'm not doing it for the cameras. I'm not doing it for the clicks. I'm not doing it for the whatever, right? I'm over here trying to get paid. So if you trying to do some other shit, I'm thinking differently in my mind. I'm thinking way differently in my mind, right?
You're trying to just play the game, right? And a lot of these guys don't even understand how the fucking game's supposed to be played.
Yeah. But I don't
want to talk. I don't want to talk to you. Block you.
This is what I block you. But this is what I hate the most, right? Is when they always claim somebody trying to be gangster when I'm just being myself.
Yeah. I feel you. You never once called yourself a gangster in any type of
I
way.
ain't, because I
You
ain't.
never,
Oh, I
even
know
when I
it.
ask you about street fights, you try not to talk about it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? You
Because
got
I
into it
know,
with me
because
one
I know,
time, but other than
because I
that, you
know,
really try to
because I
like
know
steer away.
motherfuckers that was about it. Shit, even my own dad was about it. You know what I'm saying? My dad was GD. You know, fuck that. You know, always had to watch his back. You know what I mean? On some stupid ass shit, going across the street to go to the corner store. You know, there's no person in the world that actually been affiliated that says they love being affiliated. Nobody. It's
Yeah,
just a lot.
it's a backwards lifestyle.
It is. Because
Yeah.
anybody that's willing to get out, they get out. But it's sometimes you in too deep.
And when
Right?
you're in too deep, it keeps you in there. Like the shit they make you do, it's like it's like designed so you can never get out of it. It's
Unfortunately.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But regardless though, it's not something to promote, and it's not something that I condone. If anything, I'm about these, right? And I want to get some of these young bucks who out here killing each other, because dudes killing each. I don't know if you up to date, but motherfuckers killing each other on live now.
Oh shit. They do
Like,
that in
they do
St.
that.
Louis?
Yeah.
Damn.
One dude just went viral for it. You know what I'm saying? I forget the young dude name. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody want to be a rapper. These motherfuckers are not rappers. These motherfuckers is not musical artists at all. But they rap about the people they kill, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And
That's the whole trick.
that's the whole trick.
That's how
But
you go viral.
that's been the trick. That's been the trick, right?
Yeah.
But they will go live, commit the murder, and then go live making a song about killing the person they just murdered on the live.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Because the thing is, they don't care about going to jail. They don't care about the attention itself is money to them,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Just people seeing me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not have $1 in my bank account, but man, I got 100 people watching me right now. That's money to them, you know? And that's the one thing I was like, bro, it got to be another way to kind of streamline these kids somewhere. Because this is the sad part. They doing it right, but the energy is towards the wrong thing, and that's murdering us, each other. Fuck that, you know? You know, if you so about it, if you so violent, if you all this, let's put some gloves on your ass, right? You can still go viral, either in a
for
good
sure.
way or a
Fighting
bad
goes
way. You know
viral.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yet again, it's like Pop say, but you still live to see another day. You know, but that's a real, you know, yet again, man, that's a whole nother topic and a whole nother issue that I feel like, man, yet again, I can't really touch until I'm able to get somewhere, right, in a power position. But I'm not there yet.
I would give you a suggestion real quick is to say like maybe you can't really save the people who are already like entrenched in that. That might be kind of difficult. But the people who are kind of messing up in school, who might be on like the wrestling team or something, who's like the problem kid on the team, you might be able to save him. You know what I mean? When he's still
You talking
young.
about my young bucks, yeah. But
Exactly.
you know, and the sad part, they start young, bro. I told you about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just a kid, just 2 days ago at McClure North, in Newark County, just got killed by a 13-year-old. 14-year-old got shot and killed by a 13-year-old.
Gang related or something, or like a school beef?
I don't know
You
the
don't
whole
even know?
backstory. It's 2 kids, brother.
It's just ridiculous. Shouldn't even be happening.
There shouldn't even be a story behind it. You understand? Besides a schoolyard brawl. You know what I'm saying? That's the story I want to hear. Let me see how that went.
Yeah.
But no, the kid.
But now everybody's shooting now. They don't want to take an L.
Now the kid is now gonna be, you know, jailed for however long, juvenile, and then still have to face some time as an adult, right?
Yeah. But then he'll get out and everyone's gonna celebrate him and welcome him home over some bullshit in the first place.
And see that whole welcome, and people don't care. So you're just gonna go right back to normal life, being a normal motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then don't get it twisted. Now people looking for you, and remember when your ass killed their cousin. Now they on your ass. And guess what? If they couldn't get to you, guess what? Now they gonna get to somebody else, your brother, your sister. That's how, like, it again, it's, to me, it's never cool to be on that gangster shit. Fuck that shit. That shit dead. That shit dead.
I feel you.
Which,
Okay. Let's end the gangster topic on a funny one, because I gotta ask you this one. Boosie said that if you're from the hood, he admitted himself, you know, the first person who gave him top. You know top?
top is crazy.
Okay, I'm trying not to say the vulgar word.
With no teeth, it's crazy.
Yeah. Boosie says the first person who gave him top in the hood, and this is for everybody who's from the hood, a crackhead, gives you top for the first time?
First person sucked my was a crackhead. If you from the hood, the first person who really sucked your is a crackhead. When you like 12, crackhead suck your. You tell your uncles one on give you a little piece of crack. But crackheads back then, they ain't look like they wouldn't toe up. They had fine crackheads, for real. My first head come from a crackhead. Me and my partners, our first head come from a crackhead. Yeah, if you a real street nigga, you know about this. Like, if you a real street nigga, most time your first head come from a crackhead.
Shout out Boosie.
Yeah, Boosie on his own with that one, bro. But Boosie was certified. Boosie is straight certified, bro. Yeah.
Have you heard a story like that, though? Maybe not you. So wait, but you're going to confirm the first time for you was not the neighborhood crackhead?
No, it was not the neighborhood crackhead.
Okay. But do you know any stories about that? Like, is that kind of like, is there any truth to that? Being from the hood and the crackhead story?
Nah. Be
that's
honest
fucking
with you,
hilarious.
That's a personal. If that's what you like, if that's what you into, hell yeah, that's what you gonna hunt for. They out there. They definitely out there. You know what I'm saying? But I truly believe, man, what people fail to realize, the hood ain't filled with the same people. Like, you got certain personalities, you got certain people that's in that type of lifestyle. But the hood, like, to you, right? When you say the hood, like, we can talk about the Ville. We can talk about Ferguson. We can talk about Goodfellow. You know what I'm saying? We talk about different neighborhoods around Pagedale. There's many places that I'm missing, right? But these are just homes to me. Do you understand?
Homes.
Places.
It's
not the hood to
me. It's normal to you. It's all you knew growing up.
When you go out there, it's the hood to you.
It's different to me, for sure.
It's
a little
home
shell
to
shock.
Me. It's home to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I get what you're saying. So I don't really, harp you on saying that, but people don't fail to realize that it's just our culture, right? And with what you said, what you're saying, that's just Boosie's story. But that ain't everybody. That definitely ain't everybody. Bro.
No, I had to ask you because Boosie, he like admitted to it for himself, but then he like grouped in everybody from the hood. He's like, it's not just me.
Yeah.
I'm not the crazy one. Everyone did it. Hey, what was your thought though? Because I'm actually curious. Like when I obviously I'm not from the hood, right? So when I went to the hood, like you just said, I was a bit shell shocked. Like seeing metal bars on windows and shit. I actually never saw that when I was a kid. Like, what was your thoughts when you came and you saw like a nice neighborhood, like the inverse of what I'm explaining?
That actually is a great question because I was a part of the DSEG program, right?
Yeah.
So I got bussed out. You know what I mean? So and
wait,
my neighborhood was always
neighborhood
was always nice, right? Like where I'm at, whatever. I'm near U City in Delmar. You know what I'm saying? That's where yet again my granny raised me and everything of that nature, right? And then you got, Wellston, you got Pagedale, all these other places, right? You know what I'm saying? That a little bit more broken down homes, but we all in the same vicinity, you know what I'm saying? But we used to get bussed out all the way to Chesterfield, And Chesterfield is more, predominantly white, you know what I'm saying? Affluent neighborhoods and everything of that nature. And I would say the first time that I kind of spent the night over a friend's house, right? And this is actually Mateo. I'm actually going to, I'm going to say the name Mateo, right? And I was on a wrestling team. But, we had an overnight trip, but I couldn't go back home because I wasn't going to be able to get bussed back because it was on the weekend, So I just stayed at his house. And he was like, yeah, man, you just stay with us. I'm like, I bet. Went to their house, and I'm talking about we had to drive up. Like, it was gated type shit. And we had to drive up, you know what I'm saying, to his crib, a nice little driveway. And when I got out the car already, just the look of the home was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But then we walked in there, right? Amazing house. It was clean. It was, you know what I'm saying? Not saying my fucking house was dirty or nothing like that, but it's like, it looked like one of the bitches that you see on a fuck Airbnb, Like everything was just perfect, The refrigerator, how everything was stocked, you know what I'm saying? Everything had its place. And like, Like usually we just putting shit in we putting shit in Ziploc bags and we throwing that shit in there, right? I'm putting, my leftover whatever tuna that I got or whatever, put foil on top, and I throw that bitch back into the motherfucker.
They got like the
refrigerator.
Tupperware containers.
Yeah, they got
and
the
shit.
Tupperware,
Yeah,
they got names branded on that bitch, right? So, but I was just seeing in my eyes, right? Because I'm a young buck at the time, I'm like 14, 15 years old, and I'm just like, damn, the motherfuckers living nice.
Like,
but
you
then
live
when I
like this
also
every
started to
day?
think about it, I'm seeing like the cars that they got and all that shit like that. I mean, Mateo's riding around something nice, and I had the buzz, which whatever, it is what it is. But they already had shit going for themselves because their parents had shit going for themselves. Yet again, I just know struggle. But the thing is, like, we didn't know struggle because it was just a way of life.
You didn't realize you were struggling
You
until
didn't
you saw
realize I was
the
struggling.
other
I was
side
like,
of it.
damn, like, nigga, we could be doing a little better.
Yeah. You're like, Grandma, why don't we got those Tupperwares and shit like that? Why I'm
You've been
putting
on this earth,
tinfoil?
I don't know how long. Wait, we got XYZ. But I mean, like, bro, now that's every black experience, for sure. But yet again, like, we're not gonna use that as an excuse. That's why, yet again, I have certain inspirations and certain ambitions to get to certain places, right? Because I want to be able to have my kids in a home like that, right? Full time, right? Way after I'm done fighting, I still want to have these things going on. And yeah, I think that's the difference, brother. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say that. And I'm not saying that even if you white or if you know what I'm saying, whatever, that you got money and come from money. But yet again, things are a little bit easier when you are able to utilize whatever privileges that you got.
Yeah, no, of course. 100% it is. But would you say that for you, when you experienced that, it gave you a perspective of something else to strive for in life versus maybe you didn't
A
know
little
that you want
bit.
to strive for that?
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
and even at that young of an age, right? You know what I'm saying? I just realized I was like, yeah,
I want to live like
I want
this.
to live like this, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think so. Just two more. I don't even know if this one's going to be a good question anymore. But you pulled up on Bud Crawford in the club.
Yeah.
Any
Like they say,
storyline behind
hey,
that?
look, you put the title on there, but I like that you put it there.
Yeah. That was good on.
hey,
People were hating. They're like not
whatever
happy
getting
about
the
it.
click.
Yeah.
But no, we still pulled up though.
You did you not? You
know what
went to
I'm
the
saying? Did I
club by
not?
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you knew he was gonna be in there. You knew exactly what you were
I
getting
knew he was
yourself
gonna
into.
be in there. And yet
Yeah.
again, bro, I'm never fearful of nothing. And people are like, oh, then why didn't you try to talk to him? Nigga, they got security, bro, with distant, and he saw me. You know what I'm saying? We did this. He smiled at me and did all the other shit. My thing was my biggest disappointment, low key. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. It wasn't even Bud, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was really my girl Clarissa.
She big time you.
Yeah, big time, bro. Hit a nigga with the cold shoulder.
Damn. You've been showing her love too.
Man, for years.
Yeah, no,
for
I know.
years, bro. Helped her with her fight, and when she was out there in Abu Dhabi when they had their first female fight out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did all that shit.
What'd she do?
and
She fucking just like slapped your
yeah,
hand or
like
something?
so, cause okay, when we was out there, right? Boosie was out there, and like I talk about, it's like to me, what it remind me of, right, was if you ever seen this movie Paid in Full, you know what I'm saying? And it's wintertime, it's cold outside, but everybody got their best on, everybody dripped out, everybody got their cash out, you know what I mean? And you just seeing a lot of blackness out there, you know what I'm saying? Black excellence. They like to call it black excellence, right? But I think what it just showed me, right, was that people really love Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? And people really respect Clarissa because they out here literally out here in the cold. And black folks don't love the cold at all. You know what I'm saying? And we was waiting on her for a good like 2 hours, 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Boosie showed up, you know what I'm saying, in a good reasonable time and shit like that. But as soon as she came in and she was doing her thing, and I was like right there at the front. I was right there in the front just chilling, And Clarissa comes through, she doing her thing, she patting people up, whatever, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing. And I know she noticed me, I know she see me, because there's a camera like that was right there by me that panned it to her, so she had to look towards me, right, to see the camera. And then she see me, right, whatever, smile a little bit, but then she do the same thing, boom, and it's gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't
Dang.
no real, like, you know, and I didn't expect no motherfucking conversation. You know what I'm saying?
But
But
maybe like a,
I
hey, what up?
could tell the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
got
yeah,
you.
nigga, like that type shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I'm like, damn, all right, whatever. And then
Almost like, please don't start a conversation with me right now, Buck. I'm trying to get in
right.
this club. It's like,
Yeah, I
damn, I
wasn't
know
gonna do
you
that because
though.
that's her moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But regardless though, but Bud, you know, he there too as well, but he slide through the back, he do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping off of him either. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at what I was like, this is what the UFC missing type shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When I'm in UFC fight nights and doing meet and greets, I'm like, okay, this is what we miss.
If they can make Clarissa a fucking star, they're definitely lacking with you guys. And it's not to hate on the UFC. It's just like, bro, boxing made Clarissa a star. You can make, you know, you guys stars too.
You know,
and shout out to Clarissa. Nothing against her.
And like I said, this ain't no hate, but it just showed me now. I want something. You know, I don't look at it as a negative thing, but exactly what they've been able to obtain and secure, I know I can do the same thing because they no different from me. They literally are no different from me. If you want to say it like how you say it, they come from the same hood as me.
Right. It'd be cool if you could find yourself into one of those circles. I know you were talking some shit with Bud, but it's like, I mean, can we say this? There's not an actual beef with you and Bud or Shakur, is there?
Ain't no beef because
it just kind of got taken in a crazy route because of the internet. But you were just saying, like, you were saying a matter-of-fact statement. It's not, I don't even think it's like rude to say it. It's the truth, bro. UFC fighters would beat the shit out of boxers. That's all you were saying. But I don't know. I'm just going to clear it up. There's no real beef. You know, it just kind of took a left turn because of the way the conversation went.
Shakur Stevenson, he was with Bud, right? He thought boxing was way more entertaining than the UFC, right?
UFC would never be better than boxing. At all. It ain't even close. Ever. The skill level is different.
Y'all boxers are so disrespectful. And I understand we don't get paid like y'all. We don't get money like y'all. But I tell you right now, we outwork every single boxer. Shakur, I'm on you. Even though you beat Timo, all that trash that he was doing. He's saying nigga, he throwing bananas at you and all that type of stuff, right? Yeah, you beat him, but you should have knocked his ass out cold. But because you worried about your little record, you want to blame it, well, it's the art of boxing. Or, I just want to show my jab all night. You a hoe. You a hoe. You ain't want to go out there and put on your best performance. Stop disrespecting us, bro. We are way more entertaining than y'all. And y'all try to say, no, y'all the real fighters. How? If we came outside, I could kill you. I'm not saying I want to kill you or want to take you off this earth, but realistically, I would kill you if we fought. Hand-to-hand combat. Boxers, y'all got to quit. All right? Y'all will get your ass whooped by somebody that is a UFC fighter. Because I heard Shakur also say, oh, hey, then let's fight then to Ilya Topuria.
Tell him come fight me.
He's a crazy boxer, bro.
I don't care. Tell him come fight me.
And I ain't going to pick on the little dude because he little. I get his big bro, though. But, no disrespect, you might be retired. I ain't asking to fight you in an actual ring. But let's just work. Let's just work. Let me work with you, bruh. I got something to prove today. I got something to prove today.
If it was really me, nigga, Bud would have had them motherfuckers out there jumping my ass, nigga. That was the case. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then with that being said, it's like shit. Bring you into their circle, so to speak. You know, you can don't be afraid.
But they don't care to do that either, though. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's such an ego thing, and it's such a in itself, it's a clicky thing too, right? You know what I mean? Like, who is this? Like, literally, they be like, who is this motherfucker, right? But they only say that because, yet again, in my realm, they don't care about the UFC. You talk about Andre Ward, who don't even watch the UFC. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Shakur Stevenson, who talk about, oh, yeah, them dudes ain't even that skilled, but you don't even watch, yet again, the sport to even know how skilled we are, right? Like, boxers stay where they at on their side. You know what I mean?
They
and
put
we
their
on our
blinders
side.
on.
With straight blinders, right? And I can't be mad at them because, yet again, there's real money on that side. But then because there's real money on that side, don't mean it is that this is any different over here.
Or
it's
that you're
just
better than them.
Hold on. It's just we younger, right? The boxing has been able to transform within, since the Mayberry rules. What up? I hope I'm saying that right.
Queensberry.
Thank you. Yeah. Queensberry rules, right? Since the 1800s, right? And there's a lot of things that, was involved in boxing that was keeping guys from even getting paid, even making real money. It wasn't until the year 2000 where motherfuckers started really getting what they was worth. You know, and a lot of people don't even know about that with the Muhammad Ali Act. And the only reason why us UFC fighters, quote unquote MMA guys, struggle is because nigga, we ain't got no laws like y'all punk ass motherfuckers got laws.
You guys got to get fucked before it gets better, I guess. Just like
You know what I'm saying? But that's history. That's golf.
It's crazy,
that's
though.
hockey. That's football. This sport is only 30 years old, bro. It's only 30 years old, right? My thing is, I'm surprised that they was able to create such an impact within that short amount of time, right? You know, we're only having 30 years within, you know what I'm saying, of its infancy of being created. But my thing is, it's just like, don't hold yourself on such a high horse, because at the end of the day, what y'all do ain't really much different from what we do. And it, motherfucker, that's just fight.
Yeah, you guys are fighters at the end of the day. Respect, you know.
Yeah.
Real fighters.
Combat, bro.
I was gonna say, by the way, just because we spoke about this in the past, but you saw that Deontay Wilder clip where he spoke. Oh my gosh, bro. Deontay spoke about like busting a nut. I mean, I don't mean to be so vulgar, but it's just like this. What you didn't see the clip?
I saw. No, trust me, I saw what you're saying.
Okay, Deontay went on Piers Morgan and he said that wild thing. I'm not trying to get all into that or even get your reaction. I'll save you the trouble. But my point is like Dana need to stop going on Big Boy and Club Shay Shay and put you guys on there instead. Because the same viral clip that Deontay got on Piers Morgan, you know what I mean? That's what Dana's robbing you guys of. He going on there and telling his own viral story, you know, making his wife have a C-section. That's not even fucking true. You feel me? And it's like, bro, put fucking these guys, your fighters, on Piers Morgan, Big Boy, Club Shay Shay. Quit stealing the spotlight, bro. We want to hear these funny ass stories like Deontay told the other day. We don't want to hear about you and your wife having a kid and shit. Like, please, Dana, save us the trouble. Like, Joaquin on one of these fucking Club Shay Shays is like gold.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you're not even lying. The day that I'm able to get out there is the day that my life changes. Right? Yet again, I can make these crazy performances within the UFC, and I can keep showing up and showing out, and just keep knocking motherfuckers out. But yet again, for some reason, the fan base is just not clicking for me, because yet again, the fan base, they can't relate to me. That's all that is.
But you know, I think even the fact that they can't relate to you, there's this backhanded way of promoting you. That wasn't even a question. I was just bringing that up, just a side note about the whole Deontay thing. But there, you know, the fan base, like speaking about them getting on you about shit, like they're getting on you about the Bruce Lee post.
Oh yeah.
But it's like they indirectly are like promoting you, even though they don't like get you, so to speak. But did you want to address anything? Seeing all that flack, they think you snuck into the memorial and shit like that. They're
Jeet Kune Do was one of the first things as a young martial artist that I read about that really introduced me to what mixed martial arts was. Jeet Kune Do stands for the intercepting fist, and it literally means, right, intercepting somebody's attack, right? In between every explosive blow and every explosive maneuver that you stop with your own, right? Bruce Lee was one of the best instructors when it comes to the philosophy of mixed martial arts, and I truly believe that without Jeet Kune Do and Bruce Lee's impact to martial arts, that the UFC wouldn't even exist. So with me being here, me being able to just really be able to be surrounded by his presence, right, at his burial, I feel like, man, you know, I done completed something that's only gonna level me up now, you know, so it's a beautiful thing. Respect to Bruce Lee.
Now, I didn't see that one. But no, I mean, yet again, so that was my way of expressing to somebody, because a lot of people say they mess with Bruce Lee or they respect Bruce Lee, but they don't know nothing about the man, right? Never took no real time. Like when I say this person literally helped me be molded into the individual and the fighter that I am, that was Bruce Lee. So when I literally had the opportunity to run, we ran there. Me and my brother ran to his burial, right? Didn't drive there, didn't take no Uber, didn't take no look. We ran to that mother, right?
Got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And once we ran there, I said, look, we ain't finna Google search, we ain't finna run around this mug until we find Bruce. You know what I'm saying? And once we end up, running to his burial, a lot of people don't know this about me. I done this for Muhammad Ali. I done this for Aretha Franklin. I done this for Joe Frazier. I done this for Joe. My bad. In the Jim Brown. There we go. Did it for Jim Brown.
Football player.
And what do? I shadow box from sun up to sundown. For they, you know what I'm saying? For they pass.
You did this recently.
I do this. Any person that I respect that passed away, I shadow box.
When they die or something?
Yeah, but this ain't for the clicks. This is something I do.
You do it in your private time. We've never seen it, so yeah, you don't film it.
Nobody, I never told this. I'm first telling you. You're the first person I told about this, right? But it's just something that I feel like that's my way of giving respect.
You think about them, you shadow box kind of thing all day.
Because I want to be a legend like them, right? I want my name to be remembered like them. That's my sacrifice to just be able to work, right? For your memory, and all the great things that you've done. So yet again, when I was at his burial, I was like, shit, what's the best way I can give this man his respect? Show Bruce how I get down, right? And a lot of people thinking like, oh yeah, Bruce will respect me because I'm a martial artist.
Mm-hmm. He knew where your heart was at when you were kind of doing the shadow boxing. It's so that he could look down and kind of watch you and vibe with it.
When I say literally, bro, read the book, my first book, that's crazy to say this, my first book, my teacher didn't have to give me, I wasn't assigned to read it. It was the first book that I purchased when I turned 18. It was the first book that I finished.
Yeah. Bruce Lee's book.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Jeet Kune Do.
Jeet Kune Do. Yeah. That's what John Jones claims is his fighting style, no?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Okay.
He said.
I think this is the last one. Hopefully I'm not missing. Well, do you want to share like what your training routine is like? I know that a lot of people like love to know about. I mean, you look like you're in crazy shape. Like, you want to speak on your training routine on the daily and like the diet you're following by chance? Or is that too much to give away?
If you want the game, Jack, I can give you the game.
I mean, I want the fucking game.
I'll give you the game. I will personally send you my shit. But I ain't gonna give it to him yet. I'm not gonna give it to motherfuckers yet.
Okay, yeah, send me your shit.
I'll send you some shit. Yeah.
You know, when you told me about how you do the squats, push-ups, and pull-ups, like in the morning and shit. Well, first off, that was years ago and I still remember it. But I actually like do that. So that's why I say like share that shit, because like I'm telling you, people like remember that just from my own experience.
Yeah. And the shit works.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yep.
Okay, this is the last one then. I just wanted to see if you wanted to speak on that. The last one, kind of a funny one, and it goes back to the Sean Strickland topic, but everyone was commenting this, so we just got to get your thoughts on it. You know, you said that not Mike Perry, Sean Strickland can't say the N-word, he's white, obviously. But then people are like, well, what about Mike Perry? Is he black? Is he white? Does he have the past? Does he not? That's your co-host. So I don't even mean to cause a beef with you and Mike.
Ain't no beef. Me and Mike already talked about it, and he already explained to me why he don't say it no more. You know?
Yeah. Let us know. Oh, you don't want to let us know?
Well, that's that man to explain that. But me and Mike already discussed.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, me and Mike already had a discussion.
And so Mike kind of like removed himself from that, like having the pass, even if like John Jones gave it to him, so to speak. He just took it away for
himself. People gonna do it in front of people they comfortable with, man. That's all I can give you. I can't stop the world from using the word, you know what I mean? But I feel like people like, oh, you shouldn't care so much. Then why are you bothering me with it so much? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think for a person like Sean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wants the negative attention about it, right? It ain't like he just saying it just to be like whatever. And I'm not saying that it would be cool even if he did it then. But you saying it so you can spark an emotion.
Yeah.
Purposely, right?
Kind of clout chasing.
That's all that is, right?
Wait. So, did he drop you? I don't mean to ask this
what he said. No.
Dude, these are crazy. Like, I gotta, like, people want to know.
No. Me and him sparred. Me and him worked, and I told y'all about the work, right? I was like, he got the better of me in the first one. I don't sugarcoat shit. I keep it a straight 100 every single time. And when you talk about he dropped me, No, this motherfucker hit me. Boom, we working, and I'm trying to be over aggressive, and I failed. He even said it. Hey, I want to post this. I said, post the motherfucker. I don't care. He even had the video, right? And I told him, bro, I don't hide from nothing. But did he drop me like motherfucker Khalil got dropped by Hamza? No, nigga. He did not do that. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But regardless though, I feel like who gives a fuck, even if he did. If he knocked me out, he is training, it's sparring. But you know what I did? As soon as he, you know what I'm saying, whatever, we got done working. And like I said, he got the best of me in the sparring. But you know what I did? I'm gonna ask you, you know what I did?
You got better?
Let me get some more work. Let's work
work
again. Oh no, man. Hey, Buck, there's plenty of other people around. No, but I want to work with you again. Right? And he was because he like it's like them the type of motherfuckers once they get the advantage on you. Now, yeah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, no, like we straight. Like, no, motherfucker, let's work again. And again. Cause that's me. That's me.
You're on him after that.
But it's just like we not gonna make fun of the bullshit if we really gonna be serious about it, right? And I'm gonna tell you, and like I said, I'm not gonna make more of it than what I need to, because yet again, this gonna be my main event when I get out there anyway. Sean know what to say to make shit pop.
Okay. So we'll just see. We're not even trying to make anything happen, but it's just a conversation. You think he beats Hamza or nah?
I would rather him beat Hamza.
Yeah.
I would rather Sean Strickland get the win over Hamza just because of, yet again, I'm definitely tired of these Russians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And yet again, I can't be about motherfuckers not for America if I ain't doing the same shit. So even if I feel my personal things against Sean Strickland, I'm definitely gonna ride with him before I ride with Hamza.
Okay. Hopefully the Chris Curtis fight, like last month, is not a sign of things to come when Sean
that ain't how
fights
that works.
Hamza.
That ain't how that works. You know that ain't how that works. Yeah.
No, I feel you. Okay, so that'll be it then. So I appreciate the time. And then everybody, May 9th, UFC 328, Joaquin versus Sean Brady, a fight that's been building for years. That's all I'm going to say about it, But we all looking forward to it. So good luck in training, and then we'll see you on May 9th.
All right, man. Y'all see me out there. Hey, y'all going to see me in Miami too, man.
That's
April 11th. Let's go.